iteration. Sometimes, yeah, pay the price for iterating quickly. So today we're going through all of our things of changing. Some of the bugs, like I was saying, we're going to go through the list of like, what's really going to still be in the list and what can we add. We actually got a bunch more done so that we actually have some room for some stuff. But so one of the things that was bugging me and the engineer Dan was like, we should try the experiment that we wanted to do early, but then pulled back off on, and that is making the zombies a little slower so that if you're at full health, you can outrun them, but if you get a little bit of damage, you can't. Now, there's a bunch of pile down effects there if you think about it, right? Are people going to use health then in a way so that they have that full speed and not give it to someone else? Are you going to be able to outrun the zombies or the aliens and not have to pay the price for mixing it up because they don't slow you down anymore? Like, it's a whole bunch of complications, and we will test this, and we started testing it this week. But during that, we also found this other thing. We've been having this weird thing. We've been talking about like the player not feeling right in the world. There's something a little off that we can't get it. So on 7/8/22, a engineer or a sound person placed an audio source in the bot further behind it so that it felt better of them walking. They also made the characters shorter. They did that by accident. They did that totally by accident. And it wasn't part of it. Like if you were looking at the change list, you would look at it and go, oh, okay, that's all they did. We don't have to look at that. We don't have to open up that asset and look at it. And we iterate quickly. The rule is if you can put something in and roll it back, you should put it in and try it. Always open. Like you'd be surprised what you can learn that way. And so we wanted to try this. And so they tried that, and they probably didn't even mean to change that. Like they were trying to get the right feel for what this footsteps sounded like, and I'm sure it was just an accident. But you're putting a bunch of changes in, and you're doing a bunch of crazy stuff, and something comes in, and it just, you can't put your finger on it. You can't put your finger on it, and you're not thinking, oh, that's not gonna matter. I couldn't have done it. And so then you live with it for a while and you don't reevaluate it, right? It's that thing of like stopping and reevaluating every so often. And so through the process of making those aliens move faster, we fixed that bug of the size. And now the game feels way better, even better than it did before. And it's like, this is crazy. Like, now we do code reviews, but often in these kind of assets, when we're working quickly, we don't do reviews here between artists. And that's what happened, and that bit us. And it was a contractor doing the work, and they were just putting in a bunch of audios, and they put a bunch of audio stuff in, so I'm sure we were playing and evaluating the audio and not paying attention. And then sometime later, the change hit us. But yeah, I mean, I'll tell you, making games, it is a complicated beast of things with a million little check boxes and numbers everywhere, and sometimes that bites you in the ass. And in this case, this bit us in the ass a little bit. I don't think it wasn't disastrous, but yeah. And so we made that change. We changed that back. That feels better. We also made that speed change, and we're actually going to be playtesting it. We playtested it this morning. We are now playtesting it individually, with just bots, to see how that feels that way. And then we're actually going to playtest it with the community this afternoon. Feel free to join us in any playtests. Discord.gg/StrayBombay. Again, it's the name of our company on Discord. But yeah, that's a head scratcher. That's a head scratcher. Man, there's so many head scratchers you find. There's just so many. And you try to go back, right? Because you're like, well, maybe they had a reason for this. Maybe there was a really good reason for this, right? Yeah, no, it's probably just an accident. That's fixed, right?